Well, welcome back. We're now joined by Pastor Apostle Joann McCauley, founder of House of Prayer Outreach Mission. She will be sharing with us about how they're working to deter crime in the city of Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Welcome to the show.
God bless. Thank you.
So glad to have you today. So tell us about the mission of House of Prayer Outreach Ministries.
Praise God. Our House of Prayer has been established for about 28 years, and our mission is to just reach out to be a blessing, to deter any type of burden off of the people, to lift the burden off the people. We do stuff such as feeding, clothing, sheltering, situations dealing with domestic violence, whatever our community needs, we try to reach out to it.
Wow, so why were you inspired to do something to bring awareness to crime in Cape Girardeau?
Well, we had so many deaths in 2014, 15, and that's a situation that Cape Girardeau hardly ever experienced, and so many died that particular summer, and so many was asking me to officiate their son's funeral, and so it just burdened my heart to the point, you know, look, we got to come together, whatever it means, we got to come together. And we just begin to gather the people doing certain things like prayer, visuals, and gathering pastors to communities and doing different functions such as that to bring awareness to the fact that this got to stop. It's got to stop.
I know that you started doing this. How many years ago did that start for you guys? The prayer and bringing people together over the homicides that were happening.
Over the years, I would say.
Just over the years, you began to see
over the
that.
years, we would do street crusades. We would do street crusades, go out every year, sometimes twice a year, and all of the cities about, you know, within a 30-mile radius. We did a thing called the Raid Crusade, and what we would do, we would go out and the darkest crime-infested area, and we would set up, and it's called Righteousness Area in Darkness. We would have church literally on the streets, the lights all over, looking like a city that cannot be hid, you know, all the lights, and then we would just, where the clubs and all the bars and all those type of places, we would go there, and we will literally just have church, and I mean the community would come, you know, and all just pack it out, cars everywhere, even the police department.
Isn't that amazing? Just the power of stepping out in faith and believing that God can make a difference. And so you guys are starting to see effective change in those communities.
Oh, yeah. We stopped about a couple of years ago, we stopped. And then when we stopped, that's when we began to see the escalation of violence and crime. Before that, it was none. We was on the streets, and even the police department, we would come together, and one time we came together in the police department, all of us held hands in the middle of the intersection and just prayed. That particular year, literally, the bars and everything on that street closed.
Wow.
No more bars to this day on that street closed.
What?
And so when it came down to the people, they noticed that when we did those crusades, that the crime level was down. We didn't have no crime. And so now they're asking us to please come back out and begin to do such meetings like that.
And I know you're modernizing some of your efforts with the Slamfest. So tell us a little bit about that, and what does it normally, when is it normally held for you guys?
It has been normally held. We took a break for about 3 years because we had some death to leadership and different things like that. So now we're revamping. We're looking at 2018. Slamfest came about because, again, violence. We had a young lady to be brutally murdered, and then we had another young man to just suddenly die in the community. So we formed Slamfest, and we call it the 515 Memorial Slamfest, and we will come together every year around about August every year, and just basketball seems to be something that people love, and they're gathered behind. We have people that come from as far as Chicago, Illinois, St. Louis, Georgia, Texas. They will come just from all the region about, and then playing basketball. And we found out that was a drawing card. And then we would, you know, have the barbecue and all that. But we would play the gospel music, and people seem to just enjoy it. It was a safe environment. People always say, we thank God for this because we feel safe when we come out here. Then they will respect us by putting their beers and drinks into a bag, you know, and thousands would come. And then at the end of it, we would just hold hands and pray for the community, those we had lost, just bringing awareness of the pain, and we can have fun without death and murder.
Yes.
You know?
And so So Slamfest is expected in 2018 to bring thousands of people to
Oh
it.
yeah, that's what we had before, and I always had. You know, they come from everywhere.
Because you don't do nothing little. Sound like you do everything big time.
Well, it's about the community.
Yes,
It's
yes.
about the community, and nothing positive really goes on. You know, the clubs, the bars, the drinking, the yard parties, but just to do something that could just be a lasting effect in their
Impact,
spirit when
yes.
they walk away. They got peace, they got joy,
Yes.
and no need for the police department to come down because.
Because it's going to be all right.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be all right.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a done deal.
That's
And even
right.
the police department, everybody, they
love
look
it.
forward to it. The city.
So you have other activities, other efforts that you share with the community from your mission. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we do a ladies' evening out. We call it the Exhale. Remember the movie came out,
Oh,
Exhale.
watch out
dealing with-
now. Go on there now.
So what it is based on domestic violence. You know, women who have we wear many hats. We go
Yes.
through a lot.
Yes.
We mothers, we are wives, we are daughters, we are,
Yes.
you know, we everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes we forget who we are. So the ladies' evening out, Exhale Weekend of Glory, that's what we call it. Is the women get together and they get an opportunity to come be ministered to. Domestic violence, we talk to women who have just been battered and beat down.
Yeah.
And the whole purpose of Exhale is to cause them to let go of the pain of yesterday, husbands walking away, boyfriend abuse. You know how things like
we
that.
have to go through.
And dreams that we're disappointed in our dreams and things like that. You know, in life, some of us wanted to go to school and, you know, be entrepreneurs, and, you know, something happened that we didn't succeed.
Yeah.
Exhale is to bring those women together, no matter what the disappointment of life is, the discouragement, to bring them together and cause their dreams to live again, cause them to
praise the Lord,
revamp.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? Spiritually,
yes.
because you don't get that inner man. You just you losing out.
lost. That's
yeah.
right.
And the report that we have had, the testimonies we have had, that women, when they leave there, they feel so charged that they go back to school. We have people get entrepreneurs, get their GEDs. We don't have so much success in just empowering them and let them know that you can do it.
Because,
And then-
Apostle, you know what? Because you go big. That's all I'm saying. Because you go big.
Well,
that's
bless
all
the
it
Lord.
is. Okay? Just got to tell the truth. Okay? You go big.
All right.
If they coming, they going to be changed.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I feel right now.
Well, it's such a change in my life after losing my sight.
Wow.
Sometimes we feel like when we lose a major part of us, like I lost my sight when I was started losing when I was about 20, 27, feeling like my life wasn't worth, you know, living. I had ambitions and things that I wanted to do, but, you know, going through the trauma of losing my sight,
Yes.
a newlywed,
Wow.
and 2 young babies at the time.
Oh, my goodness.
It was a depression, seemed like depression all the time. But, you know, God changes things.
God changes
He changes things.
And so you're partnering now with other churches to help make changes in the community.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about how that's coming together.
That's come together where we have a thing called Raising the Pride on the South Side.
Oh, well, there you go.
Raising the Pride on the South Side. I live on the South Side. I
Okay.
didn't go way out somewhere because, you know, hey,
You with
be
the
a
people.
light, be a light in darkness.
light, yeah.
And so pastors are coming together. We are, like I said, we're praying together. That major gathering, we have several gatherings throughout the year, about 4 gatherings, that we put everything aside and try to come together and pray. Right now, we're planning to come together and do a street crusade, the pastors, not only black, but white.
Wow, everyone coming together.
Yeah, a major crusade this year in the month of May. Those are some of the things that we are doing besides praying together and just dealing with the churches now.
Yes, yes.
But and groups, we got different groups like a leadership alliance.
Yes.
They're all doing different little things. We all come together and support one another and make sure that it's, you know, successful.
Now, unfortunately, in Memphis and surrounding areas, in Cape Girardeau, is that correct? And just many cities in America right now, we're dealing with high homicide rates.
Yes.
Murder is just running rampant, especially amongst certain communities. And you have had experience in helping to make a turnaround.
Yes.
And I've heard the continuing theme has been prayer.
Yes, that's
And
it.
encouragement.
Yes.
And inspiring people to go a different route.
Exactly.
So in our last few minutes, I want you to speak to our audience today and share with them a message of hope and how we can affect change in our cities regarding killing and murder, and how can we be inspired to stop the madness?
You got to come together, number one, and you got to feel the pain and the loss of mothers crying out over their sons. Every prayer line I get on, mothers are crying, pray for my son. My son got shot. My son died. And that really grieved me. You got to really have a burden and a passion. And so it forced me, and not forced me, but it caused me to pray.
Yes.
Seek God. And I laid up in the bed one night, and I was just sitting there, Lord, what can we do as a people? What can we do? And the story of Hezekiah came to me. And Hezekiah was in chapter 37. He would talk about these are days of trouble. And he went into the house of God, and he began to pray about the situation, the death threat that they had over Israel. When he got through praying, God sent a message back to him. And I was laying in the bed, but I didn't get the message at first, but then I got it. The Lord said that not one weapon would be fired in the city. Nothing that the enemy was going to do was going to take place. Matter of fact, we're going to deal with your enemy. So Hezekiah went in and he prayed. And I thought, Lord, all we got to do is just pray. So I gathered the people. I've gathered prayer warriors all around. And Memphis, Tennessee, all Mississippi, Minnesota, different places. We prayed for a whole year.
Wow.
Now, when we was having 3 and 4, now my city, it's not a whole lot, but it was disturbing.
Yes.
You know, when you have about 5 or 6 in one year within the within 3 months, that's bad. That's bad for us.
Wow.
So we began to pray. Just pray that we would not experience any death in that year. We said death-free year. We just decreed that.
Death-free year.
Nobody died.
Wow.
Nobody. Now, people got shot.
But
One girl
nobody
got
died.
shot in the head. One boy got shot 3 times. Nobody died.
Nobody died.
Nobody. For a whole year. That's the power of unity when we come together and just pray. I'm a prayer warrior. My church
Yes,
is called, my ministry is called House of Prayer.
Yes. So I want us to just pray for that, for our city, that there be no death.
Hey, hallelujah.
2017, we can start now.
Yes.
No death in Memphis.
Yes.
No shooting.
Yes.
Let's love together. Let's come together.
Yes.
And I thank you for bringing us to a thought, a heart thought that this could be something we can have in our own city.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all you are.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless.
The book of Psalms tells us that the Lord is on our side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me? Thank you, Lord. You're the protection for our city. You are our God. And thank you for joining us today as we join together to say, no more death, and have joy in our town.